sure to sit far enough back. I should be just going to spin up here. Find all the things. Okay. Learn to type, Jesus. Oh yeah. Oh no. Of course, because I can't. So I have the monitor in front of me, and I have a laptop to the right of me, and I have a laptop in front of me, and the monitor in front of me is for the laptop to the right of me. And so I tried to move the cursor up, and it doesn't do that. Of course. Of course. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. So I'll do that here. It's going to do the little notification. The fact that you have to do this by hand in the year of our Lord, 2023. Come on. What am I doing? I am attaching that to this. Oh yeah, good job. Let's get organized. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Barp. Let me tell you about keyboard idioms and how the Mac is command, which you use your thumb, and Linux is control, which I have mapped to caps lock because no sane person uses caps lock, but you use your pinky. Let me tell you how I step on myself every goddamn day. To the extent that, like, I mean, I'm using the Mac less and less because it is old. Like 8 years old now. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Make sure I'm not too far away. One of these days I'm going to get the camera on the tripod hooked up so that it's facing down on the desk so I can like doodle as well. It's just like there's only so much room on this desk. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so I can switch. Just let me see where I am here. Okay. So what are we doing today? We are finishing this. First of all, I'm going to not log myself out of the screen here. We are writing documents, but we're also, let me just switch that. I really need to like hook into the Emacs thingy that will do that by hand. I love how that looks. Oh, hey, Nick. Okay, I got the chats are up. I don't need this window to be gigantic. I've got YouTube and friggin' Twitch going at the same time here. 'Cause I know how. So what I'm doing is I'm making, so like I've got Button Down, which is the provider, the email thing, majig. What is my name for that? Newsletter. I am writing this guy. This is my little secondary website. So like I was thinking a while back, like I was thinking about like how I really want to kind of double down on the hypermedia thing, because I find that it is so much more powerful to do what I would call dense hypermedia. Which is, I would just define dense hypermedia as like little pages, big, lots of links. And what you have on the web is sparse hypermedia, which is big pages with not lots of links. And I would like to do more dense stuff. I have been working for a very long time to create the infrastructure that will afford that. And I mean, there's been stuff for decades, right? Like there's been StorySpace and Tinderbox, and there's been like Inform 7 and like whatever the other interactive fiction thing is, the Zork engine, you know, there's been HyperCard, there's like all this stuff. And it's like, but like we don't have, like what we have is we have the web. And you know, what's interesting about the web, to me, there's two things that are interesting about it in particular. One is it's fully all just standards based, and there's no like you don't like need an app specifically for you know, for the web. I mean, you need a browser, but there's, you know, for the time being at least, there's more than one of those. And it's all like you can just schlep it together with, you know, stuff that you have lying around more or less, and you can make it do all sorts of really cool things. But also like the fact that it crosses organizational boundaries is also really interesting and useful. And so a long time ago, I sort of was like, well, what sucks about the web? And I think one of the things that sucks about the web is the bit rot involved in URLs. And, you know, Tim Berners-Lee wrote a document back in 1997 or 8 or something like that, that really kind of speaks to this. It's called Cool URIs Don't Change. When did he write it? Let's see. I think it was 97 or 98. 98. Yeah, like he basically makes the argument that the URLs, you know, should not need, you know, you should be able to have like these stable URLs that last like indefinitely, you know, as long as the domain does. And yeah, you should be able to do that, except like the problem is like the deck is fully stacked against you when it comes to like pretty much every implementation of everything like all the way down to, CGI scripts in 1993, like really were highly contingent on being, files in the document root of a web server. PHP absolutely, does all that. And like it's still like the single biggest, driver of the web, which is, say what you will. I sure as fuck do. But like the this sort of notion, I mean, like you need extra stuff, like you need some extra capability that's going to keep you from like just forgetting that there was a thing at a particular address. And you kind of like once you expose a URI to the outside world, whether you've like embedded it in a document or you just send out a link to it, you lose control over it. And you're, you just can't guarantee that like there are zero, links to it out there, because that would require basically being Google. And, but even then, they can't see into every single nook and cranny where the link might be yet. And so it occurred to me that if like I was going to create any kind of like dense hypermedia system, especially one that had like a shit ton of URLs, I had to make damn sure that the infrastructure that made those things available like did not forget that these things, that if you've ever minted like a URL for X, like that is going to still be there. And I mean, I've managed to pull this off. Like my own stupid website's got like a couple hundred pages on it, and like not a single 404 in 15 years now. Holy shit. There you go. And it's like, yeah, because it takes that into account. It takes the representation, of the address is a sort of first order thing, and it just, it's got a database that remembers what things are called, and if you ever move or rename something, it remembers what it was called, and then it will redirect to the thing that it is called. And I mean, there's shit that does that, but not at that integrated level where, yeah, every URL, has a UUID associated with it, or if it doesn't, it has like a hash fingerprint, excusez-moi, associated with it. And like that cannot break. And so, like as long as I'm alive and as long as that system, and I mean, hopefully I can have it hand off to like some other distributed identifier or whatever, ARCs or some other thing later on. But in the interim, I've got DNS and I've got a website. So that's kind of one thing, but I'm kind of digressing here because the job of the moment is I got to finish this document. I don't know if I'm going to do the writing on stream, but I might fiddle with the CSS. There's a couple things like I wouldn't mind like making this more behave nicer. This I thought was kind of fun though, like if you turn on the grid. So I was having fun with this because like I was like, what I want to do, again, I'm taking my Nature of Software thingamajig, what do you call it? It's a book basically, but it's a book that is also a newsletter and like is a website. And I mean, Justin's done a great job with what's it called? Hang on. Justin's done a great job with Button Down, but like the format, just in general, nothing, no slight against him. I hate this. Like, I think that email newsletters are a huge step back. I mean, my first newsletter was about this, like, however many years ago, 2 years ago now, was like, guess I'm doing a newsletter, and it's like, yeah, I hate this. You've got Markdown, and you've got, Markdown will only do like, it's like equivalent to like, 1990s HTML, if that. And I want to do more stuff than that. And I want to be able to sort of dissolve these documents into a substrate of like higher dimensional, information, like denser information. And yes, Nick, I don't want to say I bailed on multi-column. Like, what I was thinking of doing with this was make it so that it scrolled horizontally, because if you're on a big screen, and this is a framework laptop, so it's like 20 something by something or whatever other, if you're on a big screen, you've got all this white space. And what I decided I was going to do instead is I've got the asides as margin notes. So that's one thing. And the other thing I've got is a blank column in the grid. And so I'm going to have like the images are going to just be this like big ass glossies. Although I'm going to change this. Actually, I think I'm going to change this right now. So first of all, what I've got to do is I've got to load this up. I'm going to I've got RDF for the skeleton, and then I've got the Swiss Army knife that's going to generate the stuff out. But what was that again? That was levels of scale, right? Yes. And this is all static. This is just like my dumb website generator. And what's fun about it is this is like a thing that I'm using on everything now. And I haven't done shit to the front page yet. This is just a thing. But the front page gets turned into the nav, and it does that through RDFA. Yeah. This actually should not have the sidebar, but I don't care at the moment. So this XHV contents, I have a style sheet that reads that and it says, oh, that's going to be the nav. So like this thing in the main part is also the same thing as this in the side part. And that's just getting pulled in on the client side. So this is like, I would consider this to be like resty. But anyway, we're going back to this. I'm just going to screw with this SAS. Oh, I know what I was looking for. I was looking for the UUID of this. This is like the one drawback of this is the UUID. There we are, 678. I have like in the past just like symlinked these to something legible so that I can do that. Also, it knows like if it will resolve the file. It will resolve the file if it has the same name as the slug, but I don't like I do that kind of as a legacy thing. Like I'm sort of imagining this down the line is going to be a little bit different. Anyway, okay, so what I'm going to do, no, stupid. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick, I'm going to stick the figures in a div. And you'll see why I do that in a second. You could be here. Also, I have to fix the thing with Emacs so that it does not like right now it's wrapping lines, but like what I would like it to do. So for example, what I would like it to do, oh, you're not going to do that, figure image now, okay. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yep, so with all the multiples in there. Yeah, so we go to the, this guy now. What did I say, levels of scale? And we go to this, wrong one, our sync. This is probably going to be like totally whack too. Just a second. No, yeah. Oh, I'm going to go to this one. Not that it matters. But yeah, I was going to try to do this as horizontal scroll, but the amount of work to like, so you think about like, first of all, like horizontal scrolling is kind of a pariah in web design. Like you're supposed to just not do it. And I think that is kind of bullshit. Especially because, oh yeah, well, fuck Safari. Like, the problem is, on a desktop, you've got a shit ton of real estate, and you're like, why am I scrolling down? Especially since, like, this is about 33M. This is the width that you're supposed to have on, like, you're not really, like, as far as, like, type, you know, you can go get the Bringhurst friggin' Elements of Typographic style book, and he's going to be like, don't, you know, make a paragraph wider than 2 alphabets wide. And so that's about, ends up being about 33M. That's the one that I typically use, or 33M or like 70X. That's EX, which is the X height of whatever font you're using. So anyway. Okay, so what I wanted to do, and the reason why I put those divs there, was because, oops, not you. Because I'm going to float, not float them, I'm going to flex them. So let's fiddle with this. I'm just going to do this into this part. Figure, bang, div. Only child, is that only of type? I think, whatever. Display, flex. Yes. See? That was easy. That's what I wanted. The only thing that sucks is about this, like, I love these side notes, and I have not found yet, like, what I would ideally love for them to not do is have this giant ass hole. That does not, I don't love that. You can do this with a float in like the old school way. Like you can do this with, you know, CSS that's been around for 20 years. You can float right. But in that case, the aside has to go before the paragraph, and I want it to go after. And so when you look at it, where are we here? Like, oh, yeah. So what I did is I made a grid. And I mean, it doesn't fit on the new. Here, I'll just shut that for a second. Or it goes away when you do that. That sucks. Negative 100%. Oh, I doubt it. See, the thing is with that is then you don't, like, the problem with that is then you, yeah, grid doesn't let that work. And what grid also doesn't like the horizontal scrolling. Because grid makes a grid. I hate the overflow show. See, I mean, this is the thing, is that like I could fuck with this for years. And I've done this in Flex as well. And it's very similar. But the thing that you have to worry about with Flex is when it decides that it doesn't want to do this, and it's like, it'll just chuck one of these things like in the main part. So yeah, it's not ideal. But you know what? I'm going to leave it for now because I am sick of fighting with it. That's a big diagram. The other thing that I want to do is I also want to limit the width of these. I don't want that all the way over there, but I don't know if I need it all the way in. Yeah. I need to write the little thingy that does the webhook that puts all the email addresses in. Which I haven't done. I might do right now even. We'll see. Actually, is this it? It is. I might not do it yet though, because Justin said he was going to add an API call to determine like events when a subscriber changes status. Because I don't want to have it like have any overhang. Like I want it to, it's going to be a webhook. And I've got this guy, this thing. Come on. Yeah. So this forget passwords thing. It's handy. It has like a little, I mean, it has like a library interface to connect, like to do what it does. Oops, there goes the light. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, one of the things that I wanted to address, let me go to, oops. What did I want? I wanted to Chrome Chorm. Oh, let's just try that. Okay. So one of the things that I was thinking of when I was in the shower, as one does, is this source file. It lives in the thing of the package of the like the distro, and I don't remember what I did. You can change it. There's a config thing, but I don't remember like how. So what I was thinking though, as I was in the shower, I was like, why not? Like, what if you could just put like a directory called like .forgetpw in the document root of the web server. And then like any overrides for the templates, you could just stick them there. And you wouldn't have to have the full complement. You could just have like any ones you wanted to override. And then, because like what I want, because like what's going to happen here is you've got, when you go to here, you can go to here, you don't need to be authenticated. You can go to the introduction, you don't need to be authenticated. But like if you want to go to the next one, right? But like I want to put some messaging here to be like, yo dog, like how do you do you want to subscribe? And then if you subscribe, you get access? I mean, yes, that I would like to be able to change that, but the thing is I'm running this lazy auth thing for like the entire server, every host on it, which is a lot of them actually. And I only want to change the messaging on this one thing. So I was thinking like what I could do is hack on this thing so that it has like special messaging just for one website. And I was thinking of doing that just by like dropping, like having the default behavior just to be like, oh, there's a thing in your document root that's got it's, you know, here's a location for stuff if it's got the overrides. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, but I'm not gonna do that right away. What I am gonna do is I'm going to encode that flex business into the thing. What did I want? I wanted, is that the right one? This is my like, here, I'll make it bigger. I said I'm gonna make it bigger. Oh. So SaaS is freaking life-changing, and I cannot believe how long I put off using it. Like, to the extent I'm like, how did I destroy so much of my life by not using SaaS? Like, how many hours of my life are now irretrievable because I was not using SaaS? I mean, dude, those are all the H's. I mean, come on. Like, anyway. I might have to look up how to do this is not quite right. Basically, I want to make it so like anything bigger than an iPad is going to have the funky grid view. But okay. So you can see all my like attempts at trying to get the damn asides to aside correctly. I want to be like completely just derp out here. Okay. Div only of type. Yeah. Display flex. I don't know what. I put the ahref in here, like I do this selector as a rule because an A without an href is an anchor, and I actually use those. Because I use a lot of RDFA, and I've like realized I was like, because you can't put a link tag, like an LINK tag, in the body unless like some idiot over at the what WG decided that there's some dumb condition under which you can, but it's like some fucking bullshit. But anyway, what you can do is you can put any number of A tags and just don't put an href. And like, you know, it would just be like a name or something like that, which is still legal. But you can do the, you can just use that for metadata, which I do. So that's my shtick now. And they're just invisible. They don't show up. So any Hoosiers, run the SAS, rsync. This should do its thing now. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to do it? You're actually not going to do it because you're going to do it, right? Oh, it doesn't like the run. Right, because I put flex wrap on there. What if I took it off? But I want to, well, what I should do is I should make the, let's just inspect. Like I want it to wrap, but I don't want it to wrap all the time. Fuck, man, I don't know. %, like 2, 1. Is that how those work? I don't even know. I also put the little like fade off into the sunset thing on that side, which I was like a little bit proud of. I contemplated just having the main. I don't know how you can do this. Like if you can go, like if I made like a border, what was it? Box shadow. And then I was like, yeah, sure, blue. No, do I want it? Why not? Valid property value. Well, yeah. 0020 px. Is that not how it is? But also we need like z index 5. What's the internal? Slater. Whoa. Slates for days. That doesn't. How do you do the internal? Come on, MDN. Pearl. Inset. Fuck, thank you. Inset goes first. Come on. Did that do it? Maybe I needed to be like, oh yeah. Is that doing what I wanted to do though? I mean, no, because it still goes over the top of that. Yeah. Well, I have the box. So the thing is, I have the box shadow there already. But what you can see is there's a tiny little faded bit. And that's because these are two things in the grid. And so that little bit there, fuck, annoys me. So I was just thinking if I could do the main instead and just have that be an inset box shadow, but then like, ooh, flicker my dicker. You know, Flickr still, you can search based on thingamajig. What's it called? Fuck, it's Creative Commons. I don't know, can you do that on other shit right now? Or is it just Flickr? I'm trying to do so much shit, Slater. Keep up. What does it flex? 25% to 1. Seems legit. There's a bunch of things that I'm trying to do at once. Come on, you bastard. Okay. I'm trying to. So, I am going to attempt to finish this document, which has like two. This is the latest installment of Nature of Software. I've got like 2 paragraphs to go on it, but I'm also I decided that I want to make a like an archive, like basically like a better, like a more hyper texty archive of the newsletter to book / interactive experience or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna load it the fuck up with a bunch of like links and structured data and all that good shit. So I'm making a little website for it for the subscribers to all also go to, and I'm also going to I'm also going to so I'm gonna have a little password, not password protected. It is a email forgot my password loop. Anyway, it is a subscriber only space. So I was laying it out. Actually, Slater, you might know how these margin notes, I'm currently doing them in a grid, and I tried doing them in Flex. And the problem is with both is that this gap, because this overhangs and clears, and neither Flex nor Grid have a way of saying make this overhang. How now I know that you can put the margin notes in a float and float right, but if you do that, you have to put the margin notes before the paragraph, and I want them to be after the paragraph. Absolute position, absolutely not, because then everything has to be absolutely positioned. Yeah, I mean, I thought about trying to see if I could do it in either Flex or Grid with like a 0 height thing and then floating on top of that. That did not do anything. But even if it did, you would run into problems where you would have like potentially one side note like over, like writing over another one, which I obviously don't want. So don't mind the gaps too bad, but I don't love them. And so, anyway, I'm giving up on the gaps for now. They can fucking stay for all I care. Let's see what the rest of this shit looks like. Okay, that should not extend out past. What I'm probably going to do, since all of these images are scaled anyway, is rescale them. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Okay, but let's... Is there like a quick and easy way to make the fig caption line up with the content of the thing above it, or is that asking too much? Like, I think, isn't there like a width? So you're already like that, are you? Are you? So if I said like max width, what does fit content? What does that do? Oh, I would just scroll them down. Like let the next side note just be below the side note above it, which would happen with floats if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me correctly. Yeah, I mean I don't. And when you start screwing around with like absolute positioning and stuff, like you don't get flow anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the other thing I want to do is I also want to pick a font for the headlines and the nav. I was thinking Roboto Slab for now, but it doesn't have a lot of features. It doesn't have italics and it doesn't have small caps. Sometimes it says some wild shit, the font samples on Google Fonts. And I'm using Google Fonts because fuck. I can't be arsed. Anyway, okay. How about like one thing at a time? How about let's decide so what was the thing I called like fit content? Max content. Use the available space never more than max content. It's a box size. How about some... With fit content, what if I said like margin? Where was that? I got so many tabs. Yeah, okay, fig caption. What if I said fig caption? Ah! You know what? That's actually good enough. What would be ideal? It would be ideal if this did not extend past that, but... Why is that anyway? What's your deal? Because your margin auto. Yeah, I just did. Margin, that's what I did. Is there like a balance content as well? Like if the thing is on 2 rows, it's going to be like, can you measure the half of that? And then, is there one of those? I don't even know. They come up with so much freaking stuff to memorize these days in CSS on the caption of the figure. Okay. Balance content. I mean, they've already got it for columns. Okay. You know what I could do? So wait, width overrides max width, doesn't it? Like what if I said width fit content max width 80% or something like that? Would that do it? What is figure any Martian and break inside of void? What if I said width fit content? View. Margin, I don't know. You don't do anything, do you? Yeah, it's password protected because I ain't put the thing on it yet. The other one is not. This is introduction is not password protected. It's actually not a password. It's just email, which I'm actually rather proud of. There's no images on that one. Oh, soon enough, I'll set it. What the fuck? Oh, I was like, why did that not work? I'm just gonna try to look at like what other stuff. Yeah, okay, so. Shit, there's a long one. I gotta like stop having these freaking. Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's all fucked in Firefox. We're still. I close that. What's fucked about it? This is Firefox. I don't know. It doesn't look any more fucked than anything else. Okay. What was I saying? Fig caption margin. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fix that. I've got a media query on that that sets the font size if the screen is a certain size, but it's probably not calibrated correctly. Margin, 1em, max width. What was that again? Fit content? Oh. There's a fit content with a thingy, with an argument. I think the line height already is 1.3. Where are we here? Yeah, it defaults to like 1.3 or 1.4 or something like that. 1.3? I don't think so, dude. .3 what? What's the unit? The unit. You need to say, I'll show you a unit. Come on, Slater. Fuck. I think it's, see, that's looking crowded. I think the default is 1.4. This number multiplied by... Well, that's going to be 1 EM anyway. One M. Because the height of the text is going to be 1 M no matter what it is. That's what an M is. Anyway, I didn't know you could do that. I always thought they had to have a unit. I mean, I knew you could do, like percentage, but what's the difference between like 1.3 and 130%? Prefer unitless number. Fuck. Tell me about it. I've been trying and failing for fucking 25 years to do web typography that isn't awful. Remember spacer GIFs? Remember those? Memorize them. Right. I don't like that though. But whatever. I don't like that. I'm going to end up changing it. What's that? Hmm? Okay. That annoys me. Later, Slater. Okay, so fit content doesn't really... I have to make these images smaller, first of all, too. Okay. let's just go back to this fit content business. No, oh, it doesn't even work. User must explicitly enable this feature. Fuck me. Also the definition of partial support moz fit content. What is max content? Intrinsic preferred max width. Okay. Max width overrides width. Huh? Okay. Max width overrides width, but width. Mean width overrides max width. Yeah. That's weird. I always thought like width override. You know what's so funny is it's like it's one of those things where you memorize it and it just goes in your brain. And then you don't think about it for years. And then you're like, that's totally, and you're like, shit, what is it? What was it? Also possible, getting old, gonna die soon. Anyway. What does this look like? I gotta change, you know what I gotta change is I've gotta change the scaling on this little guy because it looks, when you scale to 67. But fit content doesn't appear to work unless you, where did I put that? So that doesn't work at all. But if I said max width, moz, who knows what the others, oh no, wait, we do know because it, where'd you go? Hey, come on. No. Oh. Okay. I actually kind of like this layout though. I'm enjoying this. It's like kind of magazine-y, which is fun. Anyway. What about code? Oh, this is not final either. Thanks. Yeah, I am gonna crib stuff from this layout onto like my extranet, which as much as I love that like LaTeX font, computer modern, I don't love it. I mean, I think it's fun, but kind of it looks like a LaTeX document, but I find it is like I prefer this style a little bit better, but there is, what do we have over here anyway? We got a lot of these. What if we said footer nav? Also, like, I don't know where anything's going to go right now. Mine's okay. Well, let's just put footer nav IA Quattro. Oh, yeah. Work sans. Work sans. Variable, okay. What's it got? Do you have that for, yeah, it's, I don't know what the story is with that. I do not see a italic in here. Oh, no. Never mind, smoking rocks. Yeah, variableness seems... You know what? I don't actually mind this as a... Yeah, small caps. See, I'm just looking for just a header, and I might be able to do something different. See, the thing that I want the small caps for, and this is like the actual book, right? And I mean, I've sort of taken to doing it as well. Like any term of art, that's a DFN tag or ABBR, right? Like that is a, oh yeah, nice. Yeah. And of course, like with the Swiss Army knife, I can make these Scots concepts and then they go in the glossary / index, which I have not generated yet. And then they will have bidirectional links on that. It'll just, you can, yeah, it'll light it up. That is not what I want. Yeah, God, just don't, there we go. Yeah, that's handy. Let me tell ya. Yeah, and you can just like, you'll click on that, it goes to the thing. And then of course, like I have the same rule you can use for like people, places, companies, products, events, whatever. And then I use the I use RDFA to put the type of attribute, and then you hang the CSS off of that. Okay. Wei Wang. I don't mind that. It's like a little chunk. Yeah, word. Piece. P-I-E-C-E. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use this one, though. It's too... If there was a condensed... What do you got condensed? Roboto condensed. Barlow Fira Sounds. Barlow Semi. ASAP. It's kind of like... I wouldn't mind a slab, but they all... Sepia Sans. Condense encode. I don't like those. Let's go for slab. Slab. Roboto slab. Zilla slab. 2 wide. Alpha slab 1, 2. Not enough. That is a too high, too low X height. Arbutus. Hepta. Hey! Get back here. I want a high X height. And a that's a little festive. Variable though. Too wide. It's kind of got a cowboy vibe to it. Whoa. See, I wish there was like a condensed. Like a fat, skinny. Like fat almost, but like not one style. Portaligat. Maybe I'm just like too picky. What have we got? 394. It would be really nice if you could pick the fonts by metrics. Like you could be like, don't give me a too chunky one or something like that. That would be handy. We could just do the entire thing in small caps. One style, one style, one style variable. That's interesting. It's a little bit curly, and I don't know if I like that. Big shoulders display. I don't like that. What's going on there? That's like just almost identical to that one up there. So they just do that? You think people just go on the internet and lie? Do you think they just go on and tell lies? People really do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? The other thing I would also like would be like, don't show me fonts like this. Just don't. Don't show me this. Don't show me this. Don't show me cutesy, clever stuff. And don't show me... I mean, I guess you can kind of like rule that out by just saying no script fonts, but then you get this shit. So you're like one style, two styles. There's like there's a variable, but then you look at it and it's like, yeah, no. I don't know like what I'm even necessarily looking for. I want like I want a thick, but not fat. Like I want to. We're getting into the black letters. Alrighty. Face recognition is inherent. No. Okay. No. Sensida swashed. Lower this again. Big shoulders. This is, but you don't have italic. Did you scroll me back up, you piece of shit? You fucking did, didn't you? That was another. We have this. I'm interested in how that's doing that, but not interested enough to like go and check. All of these ones are like one style, one style, one style, one style. And it's like, I don't want one style. I want all the weights. Some little piggy. Cute font. Hee hee lol. I don't really know the like. Like, does your font just start off as a headline font when you've just got? Is that how that goes? I mean, I'm only scrolling through this because I can't search for what I need. And a lot of them are like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. And it's like one style. And it's like, well, fuck. Like yeah, how do you do that? Bah. Okay. Let's go to serifs then. See, Roboto Slab does not have a thingy. What about you? That's possible. Merryweather. Where are we at with glyphs? No small caps. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, that's a short list. The shit. Oh. Sort by trending. Oh yeah, Noto Serif. No, there's no. I don't like the X height. I really doubt there's a no. See, why can't you search by the presence of small caps? Like, it can see into that, right? What happens if you show only variable? 69, nice. That's fancy. But I already... No. See, something like this is going to say small caps in it, right? No, it's not. Maybe it can't. I mean, obviously I'm not going to pick that one because I'm not Sparta. This is not Sparta. $69, we can just scroll down to the end. Okay, these are not. Tamil, Ethiopic, Hebrew, Gujarati. This has got some like no italics. But it's also got some like 90s rom-com vibe to it. Guess I can filter that out. Oh. We got 68. That says... Whatever, dude. That is not English. It is not Latin. Faustina. These have slab serifs. Like, what the fuck? What did I say? Oh, there's a Bedoni. Not for that, though. Yeah. No, that's 2. But I'm going to... Good to know, good to know. No thingy-mabob. None of that either. It's kind of the width that I want, though. Imbue. That's the one that I said had the vibe of the... Klingon. Oh no, Tibetan. Ho-ho. Time is it? Hour 30. I think I might pause for a bit. Do I have any water? No, I'm out of water. I might come back to this in a bit. I don't know. We'll find out when I do, if I do. All right, bye.